While it's literally a certainty that as long as one steps into the idol industry, they will get a glow up regardless of how far behind they used to be from the strict South Korean beauty standard, there are still rare cases where idols will sadly get a glow down since the stylist team fails to enhance the good features, and sometimes the features of the idols themselves also undergo a drastic change after puberty hits. Number 1. Hangin New Jeans. Debuting as the most contentious members of New Jeans, as never once have netizens seen such a young idol like Chaehyun debut in the industry, many said there is actually another reason making Chaehyun a hot topic of all bad reasons: her questionable visual and the noticeable glow down after Adore got involved in styling her. Since Min Hee-jin didn't reveal the members' background when New Jeans made their very first public appearance, and at the same time, it was also said that the act had one member whose nationality was Vietnamese, which ticked K-Nuts off a lot because they had been holding a deep-rooted grudge against Southeast Asian idols. People were literally rummaging the internet to find out who that member was. However, due to the lack of information, and many K-Nuts also like to jump to conclusions when seeing something of a thorn in their eyes, they immediately assumed Chaehyun was that Vietnamese idol because of one sole reason. That was also the reason shaking people to the core, as eventually they found out that Honey, who was praised for the cute yet cool visual, was Vietnamese, and Chaehyun simply looked like that because Adore got her a glow down rather than a glow up. Looking at old snippets of Chaehyun, netizens couldn't believe there was one Chaehyun whose visual was as refreshing as the spring, super duper bubbly, and reminded them a lot of the doll-like visual of Oh My Girl's Yua. In fact, she was even recognized to effortlessly check off many strict criteria in the South Korean beauty standard list, thanks to the extremely small face shape, prominent big round eyes, a nose as small and high as carved from a mold, and the plump lips highly sought after in beauty clinics. Seemingly because Chaehyun also got a styling team well understanding her inherent bubbly, refreshing beauty, and an image that would best suit her style as well as complement her unique features. She also gave off a strong superstar glow despite just being a primary schoolgirl. Yet somehow, after the debut with New Jeans and going through the magical professional hands of Adore stylists, Chaehyun suddenly became a hot topic online for her alleged questionable visual. Now, when talking of Chaehyun, people even refer to her as the least attractive member visual-wise in New Jeans, and question the decision of Min Hee-jin to not only put her in the lineup but also made her the center in the group's very first 2 MVs. According to them, the excessively plump lips of Chaehyun was the feature putting them off when assessing her visual, and because Chaehyun's face also seemed to grow longer as she matured. Yet the buccal fat was yet to be slimmed down, her overall features looked rather heavy and unpleasing. Basically, the current visual of Chaehyun was said to be a total miss compared to her younger self. And since the rest of New Jeans are frequently trending for their appearance, yet it has never been the case for Chaehyun, she is often criticized for bringing down the visual average score of the act. However, fans are defending Chaehyun, saying the fact that Chaehyun still looked as gorgeous as always, and the proof was how she still shone brightly in versatile stylings. Rather than blaming Chaehyun, they believe netizens should look at the odd way Adore has been doing her makeup and putting together her outfits. For example, while she clearly shines best without the fringe, Adore literally always makes her appear with that hairstyle. In fact, they even forced on her the extremely experimental choppy above eyebrow bangs. Talking of makeup, probably out of the effort to harmonize her prominent features, Adore stylists usually opt for extremely light lips color and not too strong eye makeup. However, according to fans, Adore only made things worse, and they always created a sense that they didn't know what to do with Chaehyun's face, and had no idea of which parts of her face should be accentuated to highlight her unique look. The experimental mindset of Adore was also forced on Chaehyun in the way she dressed, and fans were totally put off by it, because her model-like figure was always hidden behind those baggy, ill-shaped, and excessively colorful items. Number 2. Kepler's Chaehyun. Once making lots of headlines, as some found Chaehyun's having a striking visual similarity to Red Velvet's Irene. Compared to her younger self, many believed Chaehyun actually had a glow down, and it had a lot to do with how Swing Entertainment and Wake One Entertainment determined her style, as well as the noticeable weight gain. Looking at Chaehyun's childhood photos, many said she had an innocent and first love beauty, aka the uniqueness also shared among iconic visuals of SM entertainment. In this specific one, some said she even looked like Cheon, and talking of Cheon, everyone knows that we are talking about the real definition of an ageless vampire beauty in K-pop. In this picture, she even looked like the exact carbon copy of Irene, as not only the almond eyes are similar, but also the extremely small, high nose accompanied by the plump petite lips and perfect V-line face. However, as time passed and Chaehyun got the ticket to debut with Kepler, some noticed that she seemingly got an unfortunate glow down when having the professional team get involved in her styling. Instead of sticking with a first love and rabbit-like image, Chaehyun is now often seen with a heavy makeup, extremely bright hair color, and outfits that don't really complement her figure. In fact, some even found the new image of Chaehyun outdated because she appears in baby doll dresses and uses too many childlike hair accessories, from big bows to colorful hairpins to the rather outdated flower hair clips. Especially with the unexpected weight gain, the glow down of Cheon stood out even more. She even made headlines for looking so bloated and bunny, and everything happened so out of the blue that netizens had to question whether she was struggling with some kind of health problems. In certain angles, her signature bunny eyes even disappeared and looked as puffy as she had just balled her eyes out before the performance. Looking at Chaehyun, some said they felt like looking at the old Wendy when she was on the yo-yo face, as not only Chaehyun's face, but her whole body also seemed to be heavier. With the sudden weight gain, seemingly the stylists were also confused as how to bring the best out of Chaehyun and make her shine, as in this performance all they did was to let her long hair cover up the weight gain shown on her face and body. Since Chaehyun's face was inherently and heavily asymmetrical, this sudden change made it stand out even more, and as netizens believed, she really needed a stricter plan to manage the body had she still wanted to shine brighter in the idol career. In fact, had she not changed, her future was said to be just as vague as Ive's Liju, since after the noticeable puff-up, she not only lost all the fans, but also the support of Starship Entertainment. Still, fans said it wasn't that Chaehyun was having a glow down, but it was more likely that she was going through a hard time mentally, considering how she put on a considerable weight in such a short time. Instead of criticizing her, some said netizens should have shown some understanding and minded their own business, rather than always hiding behind the screen to attack every single idol. Number 3. Cheon. Having the chance to be in the K-pop industry at an extremely young age and even managing to train for a long period of time under JYP Entertainment, Cheon was expected to only look better as time passed. However, netizens said they only saw disappointment when looking at the maturing process of Cheon, because instead of having a glow-up, she had a visible glow-down that not only made her 10 years older, but also made her features more stiff and plastic. Despite being ITZY's Chaeyoung's older sister twin, Cheon's visuals still had distinguished features, and according to netizens, she used to look soft and sharp-witted, while her younger version wasn't the type that would fit perfectly with the strict South Korean beauty standard. Many said she still looked extremely fine, as all the features harmoniously complemented each other. Rather than looking heavy with the eyelids liner and almond-shaped eyes, her small face, high nose, and petite lips harmonize everything and give her a cute, hamster-like appearance. As Cheon grew up a bit more and made another public appearance in 16, she got people hooked again for the familiar, lively visual accentuated by the femininity of a teenage girl. However, such a signature visual suddenly became a thing of the past after Cheon debuted in IZ*ONE and seemingly got involved with plastic surgery. As some noticed, she has gotten so much Botox that her face has become stiff and unnecessarily sharp. In the Bloom IZ era, her face even got noticeably asymmetrical, though it looked perfectly fine when she was a kid. Besides the change in visual, Cheon's fashion sense is also said to be a big minus point, since she has always dressed unnecessarily tacky, and this was seen most clearly through the way WM Entertainment presented Cheon in her solo debut. While Y2K is still a huge relevant trend in the fashion realm and her wardrobe also revolved around this theme, netizens only found her image outdated and cheesy for the excessive incorporation of puffy items, tacky accessories, and a heavy gothic aesthetic running throughout the promotion. However, there are still people taking Cheon's side, defending that her face didn't look stiff due to Botox, but rather the result of a strict diet. Plus, as she matures, certain features would also change, and people should have accepted her for who she is rather than clinging onto the past and bashing her like that. About her fashion, because she has just done one promotion, fans believe WM Entertainment would soon figure out her suitable style and do better in styling her for the next comebacks. So, do you think these idols actually went through a glow down? Or are netizens pushing the beauty standards too harshly on them? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching!